Get ready for transformation like no other. Welcome to Brewing Life, the Well-Being Challenge. 30 days of personal growth. It's time to ignite your potential, create harmony, and empower yourself for success. Are you ready to embrace a life of purpose, passion, and personal growth? Together, we'll embark on this 30-day incredible journey, supporting one another every step of the way.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. And this is Life Coach Shaun from Life Coach Philippines. And I am the man from Pasig City, the Life Coach Dad, and a master coach and a master coach apprentice and a professional certified CACC Life Coach by Master Coach A, and also an active member of Life Coach Philippines. And as a life coach, I empower people to be mentally fit so that they can stay inspired to live a more meaningful and fulfilled life. You are joining me for Brewing Live episode 872 on November 19th, year 2023. It's a Sunday. Welcome. It's a blessed Sunday. I hope you guys are doing very well and your week has been fruitful. If your week has not been fruitful and you feel that it's not fruitful, just think of 10 things in there that you can be grateful for and utilize your hands. That count down something that you're grateful for. Small little things, you can do that. It's something that would just really shift the way that you see your week and be looking forward for the week ahead. And Brewing Live is a community service at GCash Coffee Republic and advancing holistic well-being in the new landscape of living marked as post-pandemic. And our heart is to brew mental fitness in our space as we take the well-being challenge. This is a 30-day of personal growth in the month of November 2023. And GCash Coffee Republic serves as the home of professional certified CACC life coaches trained by Master Coach A and stands as the coaching hub of Life Coach Philippines. We are nestled within Pioneer Center compound along Pioneer Road, corner Brixton and United Streets in Capitolio, Pasig City, and our doors are open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily from Saturdays to Thursdays. And GCash Coffee Republic is more than a cafe. We're a catalyst of healing and transformation. And our menu extends beyond classic comfort foods to plant-based meals and food and beverage and promote mindful eating. That is what we're promoting at GCash Coffee Republic. If you want to be mindful with what you eat, if you want to be intentional with what you consume, because you are what you consume, then that is the space that will help you out in your journey. Check our Facebook page for the sumptuous menu and refreshing drinks, or connect with Coach Rezzhel at 0917-586-1661 to partner with GCash Coffee Republic in promoting health and wellness in your space. Now, if you're joining us, like the coaches that I'm seeing on the screen, Coach Lynn, and of course, from the northern part of the Philippines, Coach Nords, maraming salamat. And thank you for inviting your friends and coaches in there as we join in this, what we're doing this month. And welcome. Thank you for being here. Feel free to share the video link and to your friends and tag them in the comments and give them a shout out. Give them some thumbs up, some encouragement and motivation. Most importantly, express gratitude. I shared a while ago that use your hands and just express some gratitude in there. Count all of the gratitudes while you use your hands. It's a beautiful exercise we've learned from Master Coach A, and what we're doing is helping individuals empower them, those beautiful souls, and make life worth living. As for me, I'd like to give a shout out to all of the parents in there who are in the workforce, still working in the corporate world, who continue to sacrifice to create a better future for their children's and their children's children. If you are feeling exhausted and burnt out and you need some support, life coaching will help you create that life full of meaning and fulfillment and allow you to find the purpose on what you're doing so that you can every single day stay inspired. Now, if you're watching this on a replay, comment in there, #replay, and feel free to reach out to, if you are able to connect with the points that resonates with you, feel free to message us here. You may also find the YouTube link in the videos of the caption of the replays for Brewing Live episodes. So you should make sure that you are following and subscribing to the channel to receive notifications when new learning videos become available. And if you are meeting me for the first time, this is the first time you're joining us, I am a life coach and I empower people to be mentally fit so that you can stay inspired to live a more meaningful and fulfilled life. I realized that even though with all of the successes, all of the glamour, all of the status, and even the money that we have, there's still some part in our life that we are unable to fill. And that is what I'm helping you out to fill that, so that, when the time comes, you would know that you have lived the life that you want to live. And for partnership and collaborations, you may check my page at Life Coach Shaun Joya or connect with me at 0917-569-4200. Thank you, Master Coach Jasmine, Coach Orville, and Coach Kate. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for tagging your friends in there. Of course, we teach people to give because giving is a lifestyle and it never goes out of style. As you find value in what we offer, I encourage you to show appreciation and extend your kind support in the advancement of mental fitness by blessing us with stars. We have stars in there, or you can also utilize the GCash and bank transfer in the details that you can find in the video caption. As you support us, we are utilizing that to help others in the mission field and helping individuals, be inspired and be transformed and be coached so that they can get a transformation. All right. So today's topic, it's a Sunday. Again, it's November 19th. I'm going to talk about healthy relationship and nurturing connection. And this is something that, it's very, very close to me. It's something that I've gone through point A to point B on a very, very a long time, and I want to share this with you because I've seen the value with this, especially if you are a parent or maybe you're someone who has a family member and you want to have, or you want to nurture connection with them. And I want to delve into this topic because it mainly relates to many of us. If you're a parent, if you're single, if you are a brother, if you are a sister, if you are a son, you are a daughter, if you are a boss, if you are, an employee, this can connect with you. Now, the challenge with maintaining, if we are maintaining healthy relationship in the midst of our busy lives, every one of us goes through that. I've gone through it. You've gone through it. No one is exempted. And especially if you're going to approach this in a perspective of, for me specifically as a father, that despite all of my best intentions, my good intentions, to raise my children, to provide for my children, I find myself caught in the demands of work and, inadvertently, affecting the depth of connections with my children. And this is the reality of it. For men out there, especially for the father, what we do is we are trained. We have this stereotyping that the father is the one that goes to work, bring home the bacon, give a good house, good lifestyle, to the children, send them to good school, make sure that they find a good work, have your influences so that they can find a good job. So, and that's about it. But the reality of fatherhood and parenting in general is that is not the case. And we need to understand the dilemma of this kind of mindset because in today's fast-paced world, it's uncommon for parents to become engrossed in their professional lives. It's parents are focused too much on their work. That's a reality of it. My father is like that. My mom, of course, she's a housewife, so I kind of had an experience of that love, care, and affection for my mom. Bless my mom if she's joining. Maraming salamat, mommy, for what you're doing. But this focus that we have on our profession, on our career, or on our work, this is driven by a desire. It's a good thing if you think about it. It's a good thing because it is driven by a desire to provide what's best for their families. That is what the goal of every parent who works, right? Provide a better life for the family. However, there is an unintended consequence of the pursuit of this, and there is a strain with the quality of relationship that you have at home. Maybe you've experienced a time in which you're not well, maybe you're able to talk to your parents, but it's just a not that deep conversation. Kumusta ka? How are you? usual respond, okay lang. You ever experience at times it, kumusta ka? Okay lang. Or if parents ask you, kumusta ka? Okay lang. And that's about it. There's no progression in the conversation. And that is where there is a strain in the relationship. There's no bridge. You cannot create that bridge between how you are and how your children is. And based on research, it has shown that demands of work can sometimes overshadow the importance of nurturing connections with the family. And I apologize for if you're hearing that. By the way, we're just in back of the cemetery, so usually on a Sunday there's someone who's walking in there, so there's a sound like that. So apologies for that. So what I was talking about, research suggests that the demands of work can sometimes overshadow the importance of nurturing connections with your family, which is true, right? What happens is the parent would be working, but their mind is in their family, but they're with their family, their mind is with their work. This is a constant struggle for a lot of parents out there. And not to mention the rise of digitalization. We know how digitalization has switched everything in our lives, our lives in engrossed towards social media, and which affects our ability to create meaningful connections because of the constant wave of information, entertainment, and connectivity from our world, right? You have the palm in your hands, all of the things that is being pushed to you. And instead of us focusing on the present, focusing on our relationship, focusing on our children, our spouse, our parents, we are busy with a lot of different things. Now, there is a drawback in digitalization. And the drawback in there, if we talk about specific on the work, it's going to decrease your productivity because frequent distractions from technology can lead to reduced efficiency and decrease overall productivity in both your professional and personal life. So it's both. Sabay yan. Hindi yan yung productivity means, of course, you would say, Coach, productivity, work lang naman yan. No, no, no. Even in your household, if you have a part-time business, or maybe you have this project that you're doing, or maybe you have this thing that you're doing in there, it's going to reduce your productivity. And it also affects it's going to impair your emotional well-being because spending excess time in social media, depending on what you consume, if what you're consuming is all negative, it's all war, it's all gore, and all of these different things, it's going to cause people to have anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem because they are consuming things that's not helping them grow. And the biggest thing in there, as we continue to see digitalization, evolve, as we're not able to manage that, and it has this real sense of losing connection. And the virtual connection can sometimes overshadow the importance of building meaningful relationships. Meaningful relationship means that you have an authentic human interaction. We're really talking with them rather than messaging them, telling them, hey, how are you? How are things? Rather than doing that, going to their room, going to their space, and have that connection. And of course, digitalization also increases your stress, right? Constant need to be available to respond to your boss, to respond to demands of other people. This notification can leave individuals feeling overwhelmed, anxious, leading to chronic stress. Now, those are the things that we need to take a look at currently. So my question to you is, if you take a look at your relationships right now, how much time do you really spend time? And I'm not talking about just spending time based on hours, right? No, no, no. I'm talking about the quality of the conversations that you're having with them. Because if it's just a by the way, and again, I've gone through this away, by the way, it's just a by the way that I ask my children, hey, how are you? How are things? How's school? Any help that you need? And boom, I'm gone. I'm doing something else rather than being there that, hey, how are things at school? And we say, okay lang. Oh, what's working? It's not working. Who's the last person that you have a conversation with? So this starts that bridge. And Master Coach has taught us that if you want to build a great relationship with someone, is you need to create a bridge. And that bridge needs to be constantly, you need to put the scaffolding, you need to put all of the layers in there, you need to put the protection in there so it's strengthened. So when you build that, you can constantly move back and forth. And of course, it doesn't stop in there. It doesn't mean that you build the bridge and that's about it. You still need to do your maintenance work, and that means having deep conversation. And That is the most beautiful thing that you can start doing. If you're challenged right now, I really invite you to take a look at our profession in life coaching. It's a powerful thing. I've been in a life coach. I joined life coaching since May 2018, and it's really changed the way that I've seen my life and I've seen my relationship. And it's empowered me to really start being humble enough to say that, hey, maybe I know everything in my work. Yeah, maybe you're very successful in your work, but everything else that you know in the work, it doesn't matter. Because if your children, your relationship at home is crumbling, then there's no point in there. That status, that fame, the money that you get in there, it's not going to work. It's not going to be of any value to your children. All right. Master Coach Jasmine said, productivity affects both our personal and professional life. That's true. And we need to protect our mind from social media and being intentional. Thank you, Coach Orville. It's not about quantity, but the quality of our conversation with our children. Again, quality of conversation. How do you measure that? Hell, you can measure that. You would know if your children is becoming more and more vulnerable with you when they start sharing their deeper thoughts in there. That's going to be a powerful thing. And of course, coaching said that we need to be intentional, knowing where we spend our time. You can do a time audit, by the way. If you want to know more about time audit, let us know. We'll be happy to help you out in your journey to audit where you utilize your time. Okay. Now, the impacts of family dynamics. And this is crucial, right? Because when you're going through nurturing healthy relationship, you need to understand family dynamics. And children being perceptive beings. Perceptive beings. What does this mean? Your child, even though you feel that, you might be hiding some things with them, especially when you're angry, your relationship is not doing well, you're not doing well in your work. You might hide that, right? Because you don't want to transfer the stress to your children. That's totally fine. It's common for parents. I don't want to stress my children. I'm stressed already. I don't want to stress them because they're stressed. I'll be stressed, and vice versa. So your stress will double and double. And your home is not going to be a home anymore, right? But, hear me out. Lend me your ears. Being perceptive beings, children as they are sensitive and they can sense when things are not well with you, when things are not, you know, when things are well with you, and when things are chaotic in you. They know that. They know that. You might say, Coach, my children don't talk about it. Of course, they will not talk about it. They're fearful of parents. They don't want to displease the parent asking questions, or maybe they ask questions, but you say, no, I don't want to talk about it. You're busy, yada yada yada, and they just decide, okay, I'd rather not talk because when I talk to you, you're angry. When I don't talk to you, you're angry. So I not just talk. So it ends there. But they have a sense of what's going on with their parents, that if you, or maybe someone sharing the story, maybe you're physically present, but they know that you're emotionally distant. Yeah. Physically present, emotionally distant. You're not connecting. They're sharing a story, but you're not there. You're sharing a story, but they're not there. There's a miscommunication. There's a gap in there that you can't seem to figure out. Do we go here? Do we go there? Do we go up? Do we go down? It's very detrimental to your relationship. And this scenario, unfortunately, can create that lack of bridge. It it cuts the bridge in there. And children, and even us, right? We have this need for attention and care. All of us. I'm not exempted. Even today, I need attention and care. I need someone to make me feel that I'm seen and heard. Even at my age, I'm 41 years old already, right? You might say, okay, you're too old already. You shouldn't be needing that. We're human beings, by the way. You need it. I need it. Everyone needs it. And that goes the same for your children. Now, the effects of the imbalance and can be profound. This is influencing your child's emotional well-being, and also their perception of the relationship as they grow older. So imagine if the parent is someone who's disconnected emotionally with their child, what do you think the child will be as they grow old? Right? Probably the same. Probably the same. Most probably the same. So I'm a very good example. My father is disconnected He doesn't really had this emotional connection with me. He does provide. He does ask these few questions and so on and so forth. But my mom was the one that's really the one that passed on all of this uh, learnings from me on how to be cared for and to care. But my father, I don't have that. So that's like an imbalance because you don't have that connection with your father, my father anyway. So it creates a gap in there and you don't know how to manage. Okay, how do I manage this? Because I started being a parent when I was 19 years old, very young age. And I didn't know what to do back then. I don't know how to be a father and a parent even. So I took on whatever I know from my mom and utilized that. But still, there's a missing piece of what fatherhood means. So you needed to do your research, do your studies, ask people, and so on and so on for you to figure that one. And that is where the imbalance comes in. And Coach BJ said, Coach BJ, thank you for joining. Appreciate your sharing. Yesterday, I had an intentionally dedicated day for family and the family of my husband as we gather for parent dedication and child blessing. Congratulations. It was a good time for catching up and having fun. Right. And I want to emphasize that because you would feel that you would need to find the right time for you to create a connection. You don't need that. You don't need the right time. What you need is to be in the moment, in the present, to make that time worthwhile. You don't need to schedule. You would say, oh, okay, I will schedule my time with my children at this time. And of course, you get busy. You get distracted already. You're somewhere else and so on. Then you pass that out. Find an opportunity. If today it's Sunday, mostly it's considered family time, right? Maybe you're going to church, maybe you go into different places, maybe you're visiting the mall and so on. Utilize this time. Or maybe you're going out to another relative in the house, then you're having dinner or lunch, you know, spend some time with them, have a conversation. All right. So what do you need to do? Okay. As your children grow older, they become who their biggest influencer is. Either it's gonna be the dad or the mom or the lola or the tita, caretaker, whoever that is. They will influence them. And what you need to do, I'm gonna share you some tips on nurturing connection. And again, this is something that I have implemented and practiced. It works. If it will not work for you, let's have a conversation so we can strategize it. I can help you out in your journey so you can find the piece that you know that whatever happens to you, your child will be protected. I call that future proof. I future proofing your child. That's what I'm doing with my two children. They're 21 and 18 years old. If you want to future proof your child, it's possible. So I'm going to share this tip to you. Okay. Number one, I talked about this a while ago already. Quality over quantity. You need to emphasize first to yourself the quality time over quantity time. Even a short period of focus and undivided attention can have a significant impact. Short lang, di kailangan mahaba. Doesn't need to be long. 1 minute, try 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. I can now sustain a conversation with my children for, I think, an hour. I can do that right now. So it's a powerful thing, right? That you can have that conversation and you can understand their thoughts. You can also understand yourself. You can learn about yourself from them as they give you feedback. It's a beautiful and powerful thing because you're now able to understand, okay, I have bloopers back then when I did this, so I need to change that. Okay, this was working for me right now, and all of these different things. It's a wonderful journey because your children can now understand why you're doing it, and you can now understand that the things that you're doing is not working for them. Powerful thing. All right. Coach Lin said, "Human beings are social creatures, and we are designed to connect." Very, very true. Every one of us, every one of us. So we need to have that attention and being heard. Thank you, Coach Nart. Okay, so quality over quantity. Tip number 2, mindful presence. What does that mean? Mindful or practice mindfulness in your interaction. It means that you are in the present moment. You know what usually happens when parents talk to their children? Their mind, when they talk to their children, their mind is at work. And when they're at work talking to their boss, their mind is with their children. Right? There's a conflict in there. Right? When you're spending time with your children, be fully present. Move this away. Come on, move this away. Put that on silent. You know what? I challenge you, turn it off for the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Of course, you're gonna get anxiety. Your boss might be calling you. You might have an escalation. I tell you, your work will not crumble down. You will not get fired just for not answering a call. Don't worry about that. Be fully present, putting aside work-related thoughts and distractions, and just be in the present. Have an open ear. And you may say, Coach, there's a lot of thoughts in my mind that I can't seem to move aside. Get certified as a life coach. We do training. When we train, we also teach individuals with active listening. So if that is a challenge for you, get certified as a life coach. I will tell you that will level up the way that you are listening to your children or someone else or your parents or your boss, and moves towards my third tip, which is open communication. That you as a parent, please don't expect your children to have open communication. They can communicate with you if you are not communicating with them, and you're constantly have this smile of parang galit, di ba? Ang hirap lapitan yung laging nakasimangot. Yeah. I have that as well. Don't get me wrong. Okay? What you need to do in your household first is to create an environment where your children feel comfortable and expressing their thoughts and emotions without fear or judgment. Without fear of judgment. Sabi nga ni Master Coach A, be curious, not judgmental. Be curious, not judgmental. It's funny, I was watching this video. I was spending some time just to entertain myself and focus, just to lower my brain. And I watched this. I think it's an excerpt from a video, a movie. Yeah. Be curious, not judgmental. So do that. Practice that. Help your child, and little by little. It took me, when I got certified, it took me about 5 years for me to work on my child. My daughter and my son are just in their room, sitting down in there, taking a look at their screen, talking to other people and so on and so forth. And I don't know what's happening in the world. So what I did, I started changing the way that the environment of the household is doing. I have the control over that because I was the father, I was the parent, and you can change that. And little by little, one day at a time, as you tweak certain things, do an experiment, 10,000 experiment rule, by the way, you can practice that. It's a mental model. And if you want to know more about mental models, I would like to invite you to join us inside Be Learning Society, as you support the Be Learning Homes for Mental Fitness. And it's a monthly investment that you would do, and brick by brick, every month as you subscribe, you are helping Master Coach A build the Be Learning Homes for Mental Fitness. Is a mental health facility that will help individuals with healing and recovery. Maybe you're someone who's gone through or currently in the state in which things are not going on well for you, and you're looking for a space, not your home, not a hospital, no longer bars or clubs and so on. I just want to heal. That is what we're building. And as you subscribe to that, you will also learn mental models. And mental models is a framework or construct on how you can simplify things. So that's what I told you about the 10,000 experiment rule that you can utilize and practice to continue on finding ways for you to make your household safe. All right. So if you want to know more about how you can support, just message us here or message me, Life Coach Shaun Joya. So I'll be help you out for more information assistance, or 0917 586 1661 or 0917 569 4200. That's my number, 0917 569 4200, and help you in your journey. Okay. Next step, shared activities. Okay. Now, this is a common challenge for parents out there, especially if you were born in the 70s, 80s. All right. Challenge. Engage in activities that fosters connection. So what are those activities? Of course, you would say, Coach, the activities of my child are playing games, online games, downloading apps in tablet or cell phone, Japanese, manga, what else? Gundam, all of these different things. Okay, I get you. But again, if you don't go down to their level, and I'm not saying that their level is down, just a figure of speech, go down to their level, then you're not going to share a common language. That is the pitfall of parents out there. And hear me out, parents. I want to emphasize this. The pitfall of parents is not really dwelling or diving into what the activities of the children do. That is how you can foster connections. It's good if they're still little, between 7 to 0 years old to 7 years old. Good, right? But between 7 and up, If you don't catch up, it's gonna be difficult to catch up if you don't have support. Again, it's gonna be difficult to catch up if you don't have support. But if you don't have support, it's gonna be faster, right? When you are sharing activities that foster connection, make sure that you are sharing hobbies, game nights, okay? Hobbies, game nights, or even cooking together. Okay, you don't want that hobbies or game nights, you can connect cooking. Everyone can connect with cooking, right? Everyone can. But luto, yeah, it connects everyone else. You can do that. Spend some time in there. So at least you have common conversations in there. You can start sharing. Hobbies is good. Like one of the things that I've done with my daughter specifically is I've really deep dive towards the Japanese J-pop, I think, or Japanese culture. And I tell you, when I was listening to the music, I was like, how's my children even understanding this? But when I deep dive further, my daughter told me that I was listening to it because of the tune, because of the tone. I was like, that makes sense. So I started listening. Oh, okay. Now I'm able to connect with her, which is a beautiful thing. I also write or draw, which is something that I've parked before because my teacher back then told me that my work is super pangit. I remember it was in an elementary and I just totally stopped. So by the way, if your child has a talent, please don't tell them na hindi siya maganda or walang kwenta yon. Please don't break their talent, their flow. Support them, nurture it. Give them an opportunity for them to dream because that's a beautiful thing that you can pass on to your children. Okay. Again, what sharing activities is for you finding a common ground so that you can strengthen your bonds. And lastly, for the parents out there, establish routines. Okay. Establish routines that are predictable and can provide stability to create a sense of security for your children. Okay. Establish a routine. What is a routine? For example, you might have before structured in which you're going to eat at the same time, right? That's good. Now, what you need to plan is what kind of conversation will you have in there, or what's the end goal when you have lunch? What's your end goal? Ano ba yung end goal mo pag kumakain kayo? Ang end goal mo ba is for you to just to get to know your children? Is your end goal to make that an opportunity for your children to get to know you? Or is it your end goal to get to know how their children is doing with their academics? Just be intentional. Be clear of what your intention is so that it's predictable for your children. Why? It prepares your children as well for the conversation. If they're not used to having this conversation with you, then obviously you can't just start throwing that there and expect your children to speak up. That's not going to work. Your children will further, not talk to you. So at least make that predictable. Why? Because you want to create a nurturing environment for your children to start expressing. Okay? So those are my tips to you. Again, if you want to know more about and if you want to practice this, let me know. Let's have a conversation. 0917-569-4200. I offer one-on-one complimentary session. Let's do some discovery session and we can map out what it is that you need and which one do you need to implement, and we can journey along to help you out, have that deeper connection with your children. All right? So in conclusion, the journey for nurturing connection in the family, it's a conscious and ongoing effort. It can't be just do it by the way. Don't do it by the way, right? So what you need to do first is acknowledge that there are challenges because your life is busy and things in your life are so out of sync that you need help syncing it together. And when you're doing so, it means that you will implement the tips that I've shared with you because that one will bridge the gap. It will bridge the gap, create a bridge layer by layer, scaffolding by scaffolding until it's strong that you can cross. Maybe you can cross this one time every month, then next month 3 times, and so on and so forth until you can cross it multiple times. So communication is consistently ongoing. So remember, when you bridge the gap, you are fixing whatever is broken. Okay? Or maybe there's no bridge, then you need to create it. But if the bridge have been created and it has been, destroyed, then you can create it. Take small steps. Take small, meaningful moments and lay the foundation that's strong and in a healthy relationship. Because when you're striving towards that, the delicate balance between providing families to your family and fostering connection makes the journey very fulfilling. So I would want for you to take a look at this from a perspective that your interest is less important than your children's interest. Your interest is less important than your children's interest, because your interest is first so that you can support them. You can support them. Remember, you are the guide. As a parent, you are the guide. So be the guide to your children. Not the other way around. Because sometimes the children becomes the guide to the parents. All right? Guide your children, right? And if you are at a stage of your life where you feel that things are not going out well and you would like to you've experienced multiple failures in your relationship with your children, with your work, and you want to break free from them, I'm inviting you. Come and join me in my Next Level Life coaching program. This program will help you create and clarify and complete your ultimate scenario towards a kind of life that you want to live. I'm going to teach you strategies that you can create, habits for success, so that you can start living a life full of purpose. And if you're interested, I'm offering a complimentary discovery session. As I said, feel free to connect with me at 0917-569-4200 to book your discovery session today. And start your day with presence and mindfulness, not only in a scientifically proven approach for well-being. And this is a personal journey that can lead you towards a more intentional and fulfilling life. So don't let the demands of modern day rob you from precious moments in the morning. Embrace mindfulness. This is something that can help you out in your entire journey. All right. In closing, I'd like to thank you for joining us today and supporting our cause for mental fitness. Thank you very much for everyone who's joined. Thank you for the commentaries in there. Maraming salamat. I hope you're able to get some wisdom and nuggets in here. And please share your pack my bag moments to your timelines, or share this video. Let's help more people in this space. And for all of you, I'd like to invite you to join us in an in-person, face-to-face community event, including Purposeful Sunday, Parenting Mondays, Coaching for Mental Wellness on a Tuesday, Habit on Wednesday, Strengthening Thursday, Coaching for the Soul, and Fab Saturday Open Mic. That's happening at the CACC Republic. And if you're interested to become a professional service provider as a life coach like me or a mental health coach, just connect with Coach Rezzhel at 0917-586-1661 to learn more about the Co-Actively Co-Create Life Coach Certification Program by Master Coach A. We're currently accepting applications for mental health certification and internship program commencing on January 2024. Super excited. I'm going to be part of that. So I hope you're going to be part of it. It's a limited slot, so be sure to secure your reservation with Coach Rezzhel. Join us again tomorrow, same time, in the same digital space for episode 873, Letting Go of Perfectionism, Embracing Imperfectionism by Coach Marife. All right? This is Life Coach Shaun, mentally fit to serve in the hack of Life Coach Philippines. Maraming salamat for joining us. Love, bam, boom. We look forward again seeing you tomorrow. Have a blessed Sunday. Enjoy your time with your family. Bye-bye.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag-and-drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag-and-drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.